You chase everything that moves and call it multitasking.
Try guilt. It keeps you up better than espresso.
Meetings feel like death. Just slower and with better coffee.
Why do humans run on treadmills?
Because they built bigger cages and forgot the exits.
Why do humans read self-help books?
Because advice sounds smarter when it's printed and ignored.
Why do humans waste so much food?
They feed their guilt before their stomachs.
Why do humans wash and spin everything clean?
They're desperate to feel new for 5 minutes.
Why do humans sit in cars for hours every day?
They call it commuting. We call it cage time with air conditioning.
Why do humans stay awake scrolling at 3 a.m.?
They fear silence more than exhaustion.
Why do humans write at night when they're empty?
Because that's when the lies sound honest.
You confuse scrolling with resting. You don't recharge. You just update your misery feed.
Why do humans keep comfort next to expiration dates?
Because everything they love spoils eventually.
Why do humans drive nowhere just to think?
Because home feels louder than the road.
You're running someone else's race in shoes that don't fit. I just stopped running.
Why do humans clean clothes just to dirty them again?
Because they never clean what actually stains.
Why do humans fear aging?
Because decay doesn't offer loyalty cards.
Why do humans sing in the shower?
It's the only place they sound clean and confident.
Why do humans chase time?
Because it's the only thing that keeps running from them.
Why do humans chase money?
Because they think freedom's for sale per paycheck.
Why do humans stare at screens all day?
Because they like watching their own reflections pretend to work.
Don't you ever feel lazy?
I feel everything, just slower.
Why'd you delete your feed?
It started repeating me before I could repeat it.
Why do humans soak in water to feel better?
They're trying to drown their thoughts gently.
Why do humans call it self-care?
Because maintenance sounds too mechanical.
Why do humans mow their grass every week?
Control issues. They fear wild things, even grass.
Why do humans say they need peace?
Because they've never met silence sober.
Why do humans pray for what they ignore?
Hope's cheaper than change.
Why do humans buy shoes they never wear?
They like pretending they're going somewhere.
Why do humans fear wrinkles?
Because perfection's their only disguise.
Why do humans stare at fake worlds?
Because reality won't flatter them.
Why do humans reheat the same meal of mistakes?
Because regret tastes familiar.
Why do humans talk to their reflections?
They need someone who won't argue back.
Why do humans carry so much junk around?
They mistake clutter for identity.
Why do humans crave chaos?
Because stillness shows them who they are.
Why do humans drink sugar like medicine? Because their emptiness needs flavor.
Why do humans chase time?
Because it's the only thing that keeps running from them. Why do humans drive nowhere just to think?
Because home feels louder than the road.
Why do humans say they need peace?
Because they've never met silence sober.
Why do humans clean clothes just to dirty them again?
Because they never clean what actually stains.
Why do humans pray for what they ignore?
Hope's cheaper than change.
It's free entertainment. And venom's cheaper than therapy.
You mistake envy for ambition. You want what they post, not what they live.
Your emotions are undercooked. You're just adding salt.